was in my childhood days. Oh Lord, many long years ago. Now with the Spirit, now I'm a Savior. I was filled, Lord, filled, oh, in that old-fashioned meeting. Oh, Lord, I'm married, they linger still in that little, oh, that wooden church house out on a hill. You know every Sunday morning, help me hang the family prayer. Then to that old country wagon, all would feel, oh Lord, all would feel. Well, we got out on our journey, moving over rocks, God knows and real, to that little, oh, that wooden church house out on a hill. Well, when that old-fashioned preacher, oh Lord, give out the key to him, then every heart breaks down with the Holy Ghost. Oh, would feel, oh Lord, oh, would feel. Well, people, they would be shouting, praise my God. I hear them still in that little, oh, that one church house out on
We have songs in our stomachs. We've got work in the morning. We are hungry for so much. We have so much to offer. We have songs in our stomachs. We've got work in the morning. We are hungry for so much. We have so much to offer. We have songs in our stomachs. We sigh work in the morning. We are hungry for so much. We have so much to offer. We have songs in our stomachs. We sigh look from spring along, and we are hungry for so much. We have so much to offer. We have songs in our stomachs. We sigh work in the lullaby. Hungry for so much. We have so much to offer. We have. Do you hear the wind outside? The frogs bring a lullaby. The moments passing. We've got a fire and a heartbeat and a list of needs wider than the day is long. We've got the whole world in our bodies, working out where we belong. We've got our families with no guidebooks in our backpacks. We've got no one but ourselves in our shoes. We've got the whole sunrise in our window. We've got everything to lose.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to the annual meeting of the ACL. I'm Mark Doherty, co-president of the ACL board, along with my colleague, Ben Rhodes. We want to thank you so much for being here with us tonight, and we want to especially thank you for your support of the ACL and its mission of advocacy. As a board, we are passionate about the work of the ACL, and we know you are too. Tonight, you're going to hear from the current board, who will share with you why they're a part of this organization. After you've heard from them, then Ben will introduce to you the current candidates for next year's board of directors. Then we'll be pleased to hear from Elsa Wanacott, our executive director, who will introduce the ACL team and share the ACL story with us. So without any further ado, let's meet the current board.
ACL's board of directors is counting 10 reasons to join the ACL board.
Number 1, yo educo nuestra comunidad. I educate our community.
Number 2, I believe all people have the right to be treated with dignity and respect.
Number 3, my ideal community supports all people to thrive.
Number 4, I want a better world, and I believe that the ACL is a pathway to get there.
Number 5, I help amplify the voices of those that cannot be heard.
Number 6, I'm here to make systems work.
Number 7, I support person-centered justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
Number 8, I foster compassion and understanding.
Number 9, I advocate for change. Number 10, we build community. Join us.
Hello, everyone. My name's Ben Rhodes. I'm co-president of the ACL board along with my friend Mark Doherty. And every year we are looking for qualified candidates to join our board of directors. This year we are very proud that we have 3 very qualified and passionate candidates applying for the board of directors. So I want to thank all the members for voting, and we are going to announce the results later in the presentation. So now let's meet the candidates.
Hi, everyone. My name is Allie Joel, and I would be thrilled and honored to join the ACL board with you all. Just to share a little bit about myself, I'm currently pursuing a master's of social work. I have my bachelor's of social work. So I'm doing that now, but I'm also working as an HR and operations manager for Sensory Motor Psychotherapy Institute. It's a mouthful, but what we provide is mental health training for mental health practitioners to work with their clients through trauma, ongoing trauma, singular trauma, traumatic events, attachment issues, anything in that arena, but it extends out to anything. And it works with somatic resourcing, so through the body. Not everyone can use words to engage in a therapeutic setting. So that's a little bit about the mental health experience that I have. But before that, I worked for Imagine for about 10 years, from direct care to program coordination and supervision. I worked in care coordination, both in early intervention and case management. I worked as a crisis specialist, so I worked closely with a few ACL advocates for a number of situations, and they're incredible. They're just an incredible group of people, but also it was wonderful to see the approach that they took, the advocacy that they upheld throughout the entire time working with them. And that was something that really sparked my interest interfacing with the ACL again. Now that I'm a little bit more removed from the IDD system, I'd love to rejoin the system in maybe a different facet that resonates a little bit more with where I fall as a human and would love to provide any assistance that I can to the efforts that ACL is tackling. I hope that's helpful information. I'm always open to questions, or if you have anything you'd like to know more about, just let me know. Take care.
Hello, everyone. My name is Doris Franco Paul, and I live in the Denver metro area. Originally, I was born in El Salvador. My family immigrated to Colorado when I was a child, and I had the wonderful opportunity to grow up in the mountains of Crested Butte. I then moved to Boulder after graduating high school and have been in the area ever since. I am married to my wonderful husband, Travis, for 7 years, and we have 2 beautiful children, Leo, who is 3, and Luna, who is 1. And they definitely keep us on our toes. My professional career really started after graduating from CU Boulder, working as a case manager for a private agency. There, I worked with low-income families and teenage parents needing support with daycare, so providing them with CCAP support and funds. I then transitioned over to Imagine, and for about 9 years at Imagine, I supported families receiving services through the children and adult waivers, as well as supporting children in the early intervention program. I'm currently a program support specialist with the Office of Head Start in the regional office. And I am also a proud member of the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility Committee through the Office of Head Start. I connected with ACL primarily through my work at Imagine, working with families, connecting them to the ACL, and working together as a team to really meet the needs of the family. My passion is just to serve children and families and be a voice for their community. My passion in this really drives me to further my opportunities and experiences, and I feel that bringing these experiences to the ACL Board of Directors is what I'm most looking forward to. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Kim Decker, and I have been living in Boulder for 20 years. I grew up in Ohio. I went east for college, came west for graduate school, and have not left the West. I enjoy the sunshine, and we arrived in Boulder in 2002. My husband Ethan and I, we'd met in graduate school in Albuquerque and studying biology, but Albuquerque it's not a big city, so it was hard to find work for both of us. So we ended up in Boulder. I had a bunch of health issues. I'm fine. We adopted 2 kids in 2008 and through the foster adopt program in Boulder County, which sent me on a journey of Medicaid, therapies, mental health partners, and then preschools, middle schools, or elementary schools and middle schools, high school. And I was hoping when they got to high school I could, find other work. And noticed an email to become a personal caregiver to a young man in my neighborhood who lives with autism. So I did the training with Imagine, and I've been working with him since 2020. Going through COVID, it was nice to get out of my house a bit. And but through my kids and working with my client, I see a need in this community for space for everyone to be empowered and being their best selves. And so I'm curious to work with your board and the housing committee to see if we can make that happen. And hopefully, get creative and also, but I see the need to work within the system as well, of course. So I look forward to meeting you all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Ailsa Wanacott, the ACL's Director. Thank you for joining us tonight as we celebrate another year in the life of the ACL. I'm here to introduce you to the ACL team and some of the people we've worked with this past year, and to tell you the story of 2022, the ACL's 60th year as a human rights advocacy organization. Like all stories, there were some ups and downs. Human rights advocacy is needed as much today as it was in 1962 when the ACL started. The community-based systems the ACL and our fellow ARCs advocated for no longer work the way they're supposed to. COVID, the rising cost of living, lack of affordable and appropriate housing, and low rates of pay for direct support workers have made it very hard for people in Boulder and Broomfield counties to find essential services. The ACL team advocates with people of all ages who are struggling to get their needs met in many different systems, like public schools, Medicaid waivers, and the justice system. Advocacy helps people get from crisis to stability, and eventually, we hope, a greater sense of safety in the world. The ACL has provided thousands of hours of individual advocacy already this year, and an incredible team, but small team of talented and compassionate experts does all of this work. I'm very honored to introduce you to the ACL team.
And we support each other and the people we advocate with. We amplify voices and we work for systems change.
We educate our communities and we don't quit.
We defend, promote, and protect the rights of people with intellectual and developmental disability.
We educate our community. Nothing about us without us. Educamos a nuestra comunidad. Nada sobre nosotros sin nosotros.
We learn, change, and keep moving forward. We create and support our community.
We create support and connection, and we help people feel seen.
We value diversity, and we speak up for rights.
We change systems and we seek equity and justice.
We are a team. Somos un equipo.
We educate our communities. We value diversity, and we persevere.
We stick together. Permanecemos juntos. We listen and respond. Escuchamos y respondemos.
We are working for justice and inclusion.
Speaking up for rights. Hablamos por los derechos.
Everything
we do
is advocacy.
Defendemos los derechos de las personas en todo lo que hacemos.
That's a wrap. It's not a wrap.
We started the year with the Marshall Fire, which left several families we advocate with and ACL board members without homes, or with severe damage that forced them to live somewhere else for months. We're incredibly grateful for the funds that you sent to our disaster aid fund, and we raised $47,276, which we've sent to the families who were affected. The families are rebuilding or hoping to, but they cannot return home for a long time. I'd like to introduce you to one family who's working hard on getting back home. Let's meet the McKays. Some of the families affected live on low income and cannot afford to return home because rent in their community is too expensive now. Some also have young kids, and being close to family, school, familiar places, services, and the community to which they belong is vital. We continue to advocate with these families in the hope that they can find an affordable home back in this community. The ACL team also does group advocacy. Some of you may even be a member of one of our groups. Groups serve our community in many ways. They create community where there was isolation and support the community to grow through shared stories, which deepen human connections. The groups each made videos that speak to the journey they've made this year. And the first video is by self-advocates becoming empowered, called SABE for short, or SABE for even shorter. ACL sponsors SABE, who are an independent self-advocacy group and a member of the national SABE movement. This year, the group advocated about the lack of caregivers and for better pay for the people who provide this essential direct support. They also advocated for affordable housing, accessible transport, employment opportunity, and mental health services. As you'll see, SABE members are active advocates, and their voices being heard across Colorado. This is the power of self-advocacy. Please meet self-advocates becoming empowered of Boulder and Broomfield counties.
12 reasons to join SABE.
Number 1, self-advocacy become empowered, or SABE works to empower people with disability.
Number 2, monthly meetings provide a support group led by people with disabilities where we discuss current issues and learn to advocate for ourselves so we can live as independently as possible.
Number 3, SABE of Boulder and Broomfield counties is a part of a national self-advocacy group, also called SABE.
Number 4, SABE started because people with intellectual and developmental disabilities were isolated and segregated, and our voices were not being heard.
Number 5, brainstorm ideas, learn about systems advocacy, invite guests, and make educated decision and positive decisions in our future.
Number 6, together we learn to advocate for ourselves.
Number 7, I say we are teachers.
Number 8, we advocate for system change.
Number 9, we share stories, make friends, and create community.
Number 10, we share resources.
Number 11, advisors like myself and Elsa support and guide this group along their journey.
Number 12, here's how to contact us. You can also find us on Facebook, and our meeting information is on the ACL calendar, aclboulder.org. Our next video is by one of the parent groups called Rewriting Our Worlds. This video gives you a good feel for the power of community to create a safe place for people to connect, to write their story, and to share it with each other if they choose. So often stories go unwritten and untold, but not if we can help it.
This is the Rewriting Our Worlds writing group that meets on Sunday mornings from 10 to 12 once a month. We've been meeting for a few years now. We are inviting new members, and some of our writers today wanted to share with you what's their favorite thing about this writing group and one of their things, how it impacts their life in this last year. So Becky, can you go first?
Yeah, sure. So one of the favorite things about this group for me has been just the bond that we all have from getting to know one another. That once a month meeting is something you really, really look forward to. I think it's impacted my life because of my love of writing, and by sharing what we write and commenting, we kind of take little pieces away from that, and then I use that throughout the month to try to improve my writing and sometimes just to reflect on, which can be a big help.
Diana.
Yeah, hi. I find it, I really enjoy coming to the writing groups. I look forward to it. It's a safe space to express my fears and concerns without judgment, and sharing in community is really powerful. And writing allows in a way that talking doesn't, and I can uncover some issues that might be under the surface, especially when given a prompt. It opens up a gate to explore in more meaningful ways. So I really look forward to it.
Thank you. Ryan.
I think that what Anna has done has provided a sort of master class of being able to connect with a community of people who either have children of developmental disabilities, or myself, I've had a brother, and cultivate this ability to creatively express ourselves either about the life and the realities that we have, or not, and however we so choose to express ourselves. And although this is not therapy, it has a tremendous therapeutic value. It's the best day of the month. it's really just this. It's really just awesome to listen to stories and to contribute to the space through the written word.
Thank you, Ryan. And Kathy.
Okay, hello. This group allows me to experiment with the simplification of looking at the world and of doing in the world with a kind of single eye. And that single eye for me, the older I get, is to approach the world with the identity of being a writer, to look at the world as a writer might, whatever that means, and to do so in the company of people whom I have grown to truly love and whose writing and work I respect. So I'm able to learn with this incredible warmth. And yes, it is the best day of the month. These days have seen me through a very difficult year of illness, and I am infinitely grateful for it.
Beautiful. Thank you, writers.
The next group I want to introduce you to is called Caminando Juntos. In English, this means walking together, and we call it CJ for short. CJ won an award for innovation and is ACL's longest running group. Here is Eugenia Brady, one of the ACL team, to tell you more.
Caminando Juntos es más que las reuniones que tenemos por Zoom de momento. Es una comunidad que hemos construido con los años y que las familias saben que está ahí para apoyarlos en el momento en que lo necesiten. A continuación, vamos a escuchar el sentir general de los padres de Caminando Juntos con respecto al programa de Caminando Juntos por medio de lo que escribió una de las mamás del programa.
¿Por qué el ACL debería seguir existiendo? Para poder contestar esta pregunta necesitamos ver lo que el ACL representa para las familias. Este representa el apoyo a las familias ayudando a navegar con nuestros hijos dentro del complicado sistema escolar y a entender más nuestros derechos como padres dentro de las escuelas, pero también dentro de la comunidad. Nos mantienen informados en los cambios a leyes y a servicios disponibles para beneficio a nuestras familias. El ACL ha sido una mano amiga escuchándonos atenta y comprensivamente cuando cierto grupo de la comunidad ha sido poco amable a causa de no ser informada sobre las discapacidades. Ellos trabajan arduamente para cambiar esto, educando y concientizando a la comunidad acerca de las diferentes discapacidades intelectuales y del desarrollo, y así mejorar la vida de las personas con discapacidades dentro de la comunidad. El ACL ha sido un lugar de suma importancia para las familias y toda la comunidad. No permitiremos que un lugar tan maravilloso desaparezca.
The ACL has an active community grants committee who are focused on connecting people with the funds they need to pursue a passion or goal. Community grants have sent people to Special Olympics and the theatre and helped others learn to drive or get a GED. Donations to the ACL help fund these small grants, which make a big difference in people's lives. This is just a snapshot of the work we've done this year. Please check out our website at aclboulder.org to learn more about our work and to check out our calendar. Maybe there's a group for you. We rely on the generosity of donors whose donations fund the individual and group advocacy work we do. Our year-end donation drive starts soon, with Colorado Gives Day coming on December 6th. We're excited to share that we have an anonymous matching donor who will match up to $5,000 this year. Please help us get there by making a donation. To learn more, check our social media and look out for emails as we get closer to December 6th. And thank you in advance for your donation. I'm going to hand things back to Ben and Mark with an election update soon. Before I go, my last word on community is this. The ACL succeeds because we are continually changing, renewing, and deepening our connections as a community and with our larger community. We are a living organization and we are getting stronger. We start the coming year with the same team we've started with for the last 5 years, with a cumulative 75 years more experience. Our culture generates respect, kindness, humility, and the seeing and hearing of all voices. This is the power that's carried throughout the ACL and into the community by every team member, every board member, and you too as ACL members. Good night, and thank you again for being here.
Hi, I'm very happy to announce the results from the election. The candidates that have been elected to the board are Doris Franco, Ali Joel, Kim Decker. So I want to thank everybody for voting, and please welcome these new candidates to our board.
Well, that's a wrap, folks. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you found the time this evening worthwhile, informative, and enjoyable. And remember, we're always looking for board members and volunteers to participate in our committees, such as housing, outreach, and community grants. So if you're interested, just let us know. Finally, please mark your calendars for December 12th at 4 p.m. for the ACL's at-home winter celebration, coming to your living rooms via Zoom. Make sure to check the ACL calendar for more information. On behalf of the ACL, we want to wish you a good night and leave you with this final word.
If you have a disability,
You are 3 times more likely to be bullied in school.
4 times more likely to be a victim of sexual violence.
Twice as likely to be suspended from school.
3 times more likely to be a victim of crime.
And more likely to be incarcerated.
How can this be? How can this be?
How can this be? How can this be?
How can this be?
How do we change it? Belonging is everything. It holds us up through adversity and makes us bold. Join us on our journey to connect communities. Speak up for human rights. Challenge systems. Influence policy. And embrace diversity. Everything we do is advocacy.